When should you upgrade your Town Hall level in Clash of Clans? I will be answering that in this video. Now this video is appropriate for any Town Hall level. I will be telling you exactly why you should upgrade at a certain point and give you all of the background information that you need to know so you can make a decision on when is right for you to upgrade. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel then, guys. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. In this video, I will be upgrading my Town Hall to level 12. I will be telling you exactly why I am doing that and give you all of the information that you need to know on when you should upgrade your Town Hall level. Now, I am not 100% maxed on this base. I still have a couple of levels on my Barbarian King. I still have a lot of walls to upgrade, but it is definitely the right time to upgrade to Town Hall 12, and I will be explaining why in this video. You will know by the end exactly when you should upgrade your Town Hall level. It can be a bit of a personalized thing, so I will be explaining everything. I like to bring educational but entertaining Clash of Clans videos, so I'd recommend subscribing and turning on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of them. Firstly, it is important that you understand looting in Clash of Clans, basically farming, because this will directly impact your decision on whether you should upgrade your Town Hall or not. Now, I'm going to go over the information from the Clash of Clans wiki because it's very nicely displayed there, but it is important you understand how exactly the loot is calculated that is available to you. So when you press next and you find a base in multiplayer, how is the loot that's available to you calculated? Now, it depends on where the loot is. Is it in the storages, the mines, or the pumps? And that might be determining what attack strategy you are using and if you are going to attack that base or if you're going to next it. All you need to know is that for gold and elixir, you basically have 20% for the lower Town Hall levels, which goes down towards 10% of storages that you can take. But there's also a loot cap on this, because if I were to have 10 million golden elixir and someone could take 10%, that would be 1 million golden elixir from my storages alone. So there is a cap on this as well, and whenever you are getting that overall total, it is calculated from a few different avenues, and I will be getting to why this is important on upgrading your Town Hall level in a moment. So you've first got your storages. That is the bulk of what you are getting, but it also depends on how much is in the mines and pumps, and you can see a clear 50% right of the way down. This is where the very cheap farming armies, goblins, barch, baby dragons, if someone has not been online for a couple of days and all of the loot is situated in the mines and pumps, basically have a look, the image changes and you can see them fill up. You might want to attack them bases because you know that you are going to be able to get more loot from it. 50% from the mines and pumps, and you can see the cap is actually at 1 million for Town Hall 13. So whenever you find these huge loot raids, generally it might be that there's loot in the storages, but it's a combination of them both. Obviously, if both of them are full, you're going to get even more resources. Now, the other building that allows you to take golden elixir is the treasury. Again, it's important you know this for you on defense as well, but it's only 3% from the treasury. The treasury is your clan castle, where your war loot goes, where your star bonus goes, and you want to leave that loot in there as long as possible until you need it and then withdraw it, because obviously there's only 3% available to your opponent. However, the caveat is that you need to make sure whenever you are winning a war, completing your star challenge, you've actually got enough room for that new loot to go in, otherwise you will completely lose it. So just make sure that you understand that. That is how loot is calculated and how much your opponent can take off you, and also how much you can take off your opponent. Now, this directly impacts why you should upgrade your Town Hall level at a certain point, and why many people will tell you to max your base at each individual level. Now, whilst that is kind of true, I am going to give you some tips here on why you might not want to maximize your base all of the way. So as we look down the list here, there's also Dark Elixir, but I want to relatively skip over that because it follows the same principles as the Golden Elixir. What is important is the loot penalty. And this is where understanding the amount of loot available directly impacts your decision on whether you should upgrade your Town Hall level. You can clearly see that by attacking someone of the same level, you get 100% of loot available. Now this is after everything that I've very briefly just discussed is calculated. So once it comes up, let's say for argument's sake, there is 1 million gold and 1 million elixir. As a Town Hall 11 versus a Town Hall 11, I will get all 1 million gold and elixir. However, if I upgrade to Town Hall 12, maybe I upgrade too quickly and I still need to farm some of the buildings for Town Hall 11. Now I am a Town Hall 12. I find the Town Hall 11 with 1 million gold and elixir is actually only 80%. So guess what? I am only getting 800,000 gold and 800,000 elixir. So you can see how you will miss out on loot by upgrading too quickly. And the loot penalty is why many people will advise you to maximize your Town Hall level. As you can see, the higher you go up, the less you actually receive. So if you are 2 Town Halls away, if I then upgrade to Town Hall 13 and I find that Town Hall 11 with 1 million gold and elixir, guess what? I'm actually only getting 500,000 gold and elixir. So your farming becomes less and less efficient if you are not in a position to upgrade and you're still farming the older buildings. You might as well stay at that Town Hall level because you're actually getting more loot from each and every raid, so therefore it is quicker in order to upgrade. The loot penalty is why you might read on a lot of websites, watch on a lot of YouTube videos to maximize each Town Hall level. Now I want to give you some other advice for this as well, and then I will show you my account. I am going to upgrade my Town Hall level, and there's a very big tip that was changed recently in the game that I want to give you as well. However, I do think it's important that you know that a lot of information you read that says do not rush your Town Hall, make sure you maximize every single aspect of it, a lot of that is older. And let me give you my personal experience here. I'm sure many of you can relate to this. When I first started the game, when I was at Town Hall 7 and 8 a couple of years ago, 5, 6 years ago in fact, the game was a lot more difficult to get loot back then. I would create a boost, I would farm with Barch at the time, and within a 1 hour boost, my goal was 2 million gold and elixir. Sometimes I would search for 15 minutes before finding a 200,000 gold and elixir raid that I thought was suitable to attack. And now I can do that pretty much on the first spin. And 2 million gold I can get without a boost and probably in about 10-15 minutes. So it is a lot quicker to get loot now than it used to be. And that's where it's not as big of a deal to rush your Town Hall as it used to be. However, you should still try and maximize every single building because of the loot penalty. That is the main factor here. You want to maximize and get every building upgraded so that you are then not having the loot penalty. But when should you upgrade that Town Hall when you are not fully maxed? That's what I want to cover with you now. Now, I'm pretty sure that coming back to my account, you will all pretty much know already why I am upgrading based on what we went over. And that's why it's important that you understand the loot penalty and how it is all calculated. You can see that I just have walls to upgrade and also my Town Hall. There are no other actual buildings. Yes, there is the Barbarian King, however, it is one building. And this is where the personalization comes in. Because for me, I actually don't want to stay at Town Hall 11. I am not a pivotal player within my clan. I just want to upgrade to the next level and through the game as fast as possible. And I think that's where majority of you are at. The time when you might not want to rush per se is if you are the number 1 player in war and you have to take out the number 1 player on the opposing side. You want to make sure that your offense is carefully balanced with defense, and rushing is something that is not viable. But you should go through and upgrade every single building so that your builders are used. This is the main thing for me. We did bring you the video a couple of days ago on how to get the 6th builder. You should try and do that to help maximize progressing your base as well. However, in terms of upgrades, because the builders have nothing else to do. Yes, there's the 1 barbarian king, but I would have 5 builders sitting there doing nothing. That's where I want to upgrade. Yes, I do get a little bit of a loot penalty. Farming the rest of the walls is not as easy, but for me, walls aren't that big of a deal. I'd far rather just get my base upgraded, and if my builders are sitting doing nothing, that's half the battle. You need to maximize builder efficiency. That is the main thing. Once your builders are completed with all of their tasks, upgrade the town hall level. Now, this is where I told you a little bit earlier that I had a bit of a pro tip as well in terms of when to upgrade, because something changed very recently. Now, whenever you upgrade your town hall level, you get a boost in between 3 to 5 days on extra resources. So the other tip I have for you, if you are a player who purchases the gold pass, you can do so with code JUDO, by the way. Thank you for your support. If you are someone that purchases the gold pass, you know that you can get boosts and perks from this. And the builder boost gives you 20% extra in terms of upgrades. So if you are upgrading something that is 10 million, it only costs you 8 million. So whenever you upgrade your town hall level to the next level and you get that 5-day boost, guess what? You want to try and combine that with the perks. So if you can get through the gold pass in order to give yourself some time at the end, over 5 days, you want to do that. Now, this video was recorded a couple of days ago. That's why it says 11 up there, and it won't correlate to yours in game. However, I am going to upgrade now because in the next couple of days, I will actually be able to farm quite a lot. I can take advantage of that 5-day boost I will be getting in combination with the perks. And that's where actually it is the right time for me anyways, because my builders are completely completed. I don't want to waste builders, and I know that moving over to the next town hall level, I'm going to get that good crossover. So it might be that you can combine timing of this for that crossover, and some people will do this and save up all of their resources. So I am not necessarily doing this right now because I'm not going to have time to record this video if I did, but some people would maximize their gold and elixir, get the storages full before you upgraded because of that loot penalty. I would recommend that. In fact, it means as soon as you upgrade, you then have maximum loot to spend, and it could be that if you are upgrading and letting your town hall complete, which is 11 days to get to town hall 12, you can maximize your storages in that time, and you want to try and time this as you move along so that at the 11 days your builders are finished. I will share this image on Instagram, but I believe, or I thought, I had a hammer of building. So we need to get that real quick. So I went ahead and got the Hammer of Building from the Clan War League shop. And again, guys, I am upgrading right now because over the next week, I'm not going to have time to sit and record this video with you, but I will be able to farm on my account by myself. So if in an ideal world you can upgrade with regular loot, you can actually maximize your storages and have them full so that when you get to that next level, you've already got the loot to spend. I would recommend doing that. I'm not doing that in this example, but just letting you know that you should try and maximize your storages. But again, get that timing. You might actually, if you have, let's say, 2 or 3 small bombs in order to upgrade and they only take 3 days and you know your town hall is 11 days, you upgrade your town hall level, you upgrade them other things with the other builders so that it all marries up and you do indeed get that town hall after your builders have completed, but you're not wasting time and letting them sit there. So here we go. Let's upgrade to town hall 12. I always forget about this screen. There we go, guys, and this is where I'm going to take a screenshot for Instagram. Again, this is where I told you the pro tip. This is where things have changed. Now that I am a Town Hall 12, the main thing here is the double resource boost and the star bonus getting you 4 times rewards. You want to be able to farm in this first 5-day period as much as possible, and also combine that with the perks. So now that we are at Town Hall 12, we also get this nice little introduction, which is really cool, telling us that the Town Hall is a weapon, obviously Town Hall 12, and that's pretty much going to wrap it up. I'm not going to go over the upgrades as such. I might do a video discussing what you should prioritize when you upgrade a Town Hall level, but make that appropriate to all Town Hall levels as I did in this video. Let me know if you'd like to see that, but if you are interested in seeing the 6th builder, how to get it, tips on how to get it quick, I'd recommend checking out this video we did a couple of days ago. The subscribe button is also there, guys, but that wraps it up for this one. You take care, have a good one, and we'll see you in the next video.